And we're live. Hello, how are you, beautiful people? Welcome to the live broadcast show, Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. I don't think I have to do that introduction all the time, but I'll at least like to welcome my audience with open arms so they could feel comfortable when they come in and sit back and listen. Because if you know my audience, you know they travel with me and they listen to me at their own leisure, whether it's from whether it's them cleaning, cooking, cleaning, at work, on the move, driving in a car, walking or running. However, you decide to take me along with you, I deeply appreciate, and I will never stop saying that or giving thanks to my beautiful supporters, the brave hearts, the bold, the beautiful, the cool, the confident, the sexy, and intelligent. I am back on this Wednesday morning. It is 11:24. I got my day started early. As you know, if you know me, I'm an early riser. I think most of my audience, well, I'm going to say my supporters, brave hearts are early risers. They are good people with beautiful families, great jobs, and they support me, whether it's one person that support me, whether it's 100 person. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Good morning. I'm on my well, I say all my, but this is Zachary's little tablet. This morning, we wake up in the morning, so now Zachary has a little routine. He go from one extreme to the next, and when I say extreme, the decisions he make, he'll get up, he will get up, turn on the TV. Now he's watching Stafford and Son. Yesterday, I didn't put the tablet up because now he goes straight from the tablet, so I'm just watching him play with the tablet. And I had the sheet over him. I had the bonnet covering my face, but I could still see him, messing with the tablet. And he was pressing some buttons, and he got it set up where he could only access it the way he want to access it. And the crazy thing is, he going to look under to see if I was asleep. So I closed my eyes to see what he was doing. I said, "Oh my goodness, this child." So he's growing up. So that was funny to see that he turned on the TV, he get his tablet, and it was crazy because like he don't have. I see he didn't have a little patience with the loading. It took a little time to load, so he was hitting the screen. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, that was our morning this morning. I was like, this little boy has rearranged the whole tablet to his liking. But he's off to school. But yeah, my morning was good. My morning was decent. I woke up with a great, beautiful, grateful heart. I start listen. I was drinking. I wanted to ask my beautiful audience. I know that y'all sit back and listen and continue to do what you do as you do it, and that's okay. But you don't have to just fall in the comments. I know that you're here. I can feel your presence and I can feel your warmth, which is always greatly appreciated. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sticking by my side, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. I appreciate the ones that show me love, and I do this for you. Um, I was wondering if anyone has a special mug that I have this mug, a pink mug that I bought from Walgreens. It's called Hydro Flow, and I have it. I had it for about a couple of years now. I just can't seem to get rid of it. But now, like it's the summertime, the springtime is coming, so I do have a little ritual. I had it before the season where I make warm water over, like I make some tea over. I boil the water overnight and I pour the hot water from the kettle into my Dunkin' Donuts tumbler, which is hot and cold. Water can go into it. And I put some fennel seeds in it. But then when I wake up in the morning and I want to make a little tea, I transfer it, the water that was sitting overnight, soaking the fennel seeds into good morning, Miss Anderson. How are you? Nice to see you, ladies, in my live this morning. I hope everything is well. Miss Tracy Anderson, it's good to see that you are up and at it. Um, so I've transferred the fennel seed water into my pink mug. But those two, I had the Dunkin' Donuts, it's purple, large a tumbler, which, it, you could put hot water in, scalding hot, cold water. It keeps it hot. It keeps it cold. So I transfer into my little pink mug. But today, like, because it's the summer is coming, the spring is here. My birthday is in the summer. I want to lose a few inches, which is going okay. I want to lose a few inches, de-bloat, get my stomach down. But now that, I know that there's things that we have to do as we get older as women. Is there anybody else here that like chew on mint, like the mint leaves? I went to the supermarket, I bought some mint leaves. I chewed on it. It helps with the bloat. It helps with if you have like bad breath or just want to fill yourself up and you don't want to overeat. It suppresses your appetite. But yeah, I have my two favorite mugs, a pink one, a pink small tumbler, and I have the large one I bought from Dunkin' Donuts. And then I have a tea mug that I can't get rid of. So those three things I have for 3 years, and I have made a full commitment that I'm not going to replace them unless needed. I make sure I take care of them like they are something that I cherish. That's what I wanted to share. But other than that, I was just live because I've been doing some reels on Instagram. It's hard to, and I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to at least promote your page or at least try to see some, how you say it, some progress. And it's okay. You gotta keep going for what you want. And I'm not gonna stop until I get to be heard, but just don't have the bravado or the courage to do so. So this live is for women that can relate to just other women. And I don't know if you saw the topic, the title that I address is be on a watch for single mothers, because now it's a thing. It's like a trend in the Black community amongst Black men commanding. And I said this, it's a script, but I mean it. I just wanted to get it correct. I want to get it right. That Black men are now commanding other Black men to not date single mothers. And with that being said, I think that's okay if you don't want to date women with children. I just don't understand the wording of it, like dating, don't date single mothers, because if she was married, then she wouldn't be a single mother. So you're telling me that, okay, they just don't not, that's where you see that they lack logic and reason, and they don't know how to word things. And men are not natural problem solvers, because if they were, they wouldn't have these idiotic ideas that pop up into their head without giving it a thought. So it's okay for men with a preference of not dating a woman with children. That's okay. No one is knocking you for that. No one is holding that against you. You don't have to date women with children. But to say don't date single mothers as if you would date, because I would say, oh, so you would date a woman that's married, you would be a third party. But that's not the point. The major point is it's like that Black men are being commanded and other Black men are giving in and being submissive to these rules and to these demands not to date women. And when we say, we know that they're talking about Black women, because that's all Black men do. They come up with ideas that's illogical and unreasonable to blame Black women for their downfall. Women in general just get blamed for any and everything, and that's not. But yeah, I'm going to speak until my heart is content. So if you're here, just sit back and listen. If you're not, no, my whole point is to get the ball rolling on my platform and my content, to promote it, to at least get it out there. This is a different platform with a different view and perspective. So yeah, Black men are commanding other Black men not to date single mothers, women with children. And I just feel personally that's okay if you have that preference not to date women with children. No one is forcing you to date women with children. But when you make it a subject and make it a broad topic, or make it like single mothers are the ones to blame for your downfalls or your mishaps, that's when it becomes a problem. And I would like to ask the men, which they haven't answered the question, or they are incapable of answering the question, is okay, don't want to date women with children, granted. But my question to the men are, what are the chances of you meeting a woman that want to marry and have children with you? Because if you meet a woman that want, and I underline woman, I mean, excuse me, underline want to, what are the chances of a woman wanting, underline want, to marry you and have children with you? Because the fact that's smart enough and intelligent enough and decent enough to have a child with you in this day and time, in this era, and this environment, atmosphere. Um, and if you don't marry her and you have a child with her, she is legally single. She is still considered the head of household. So that's like my main like goal, and where I wanted to get to the bottom of their reasoning, and why our men, black men especially, and I don't like to make it a color thing, but when it comes into play, it's like, okay, black women are considered the least married um, group, right? And that's okay. Every woman don't have to get married. Every woman don't want to get married. Every woman don't want children. Every woman don't have to have children. It's not like a requirement like back in the day where society view a woman that has children and is married as a normal person. Now it's normal and it's acceptable and it's honorable for a women, not to have children, not to get married, to make her own choices, to make her own decisions without the consultation, without consulting a man, right? Right. So now here come the men that have nothing better to do, that it's hard for them to at least um, form a logical thought or form logical reasonings behind why they feel that single mothers are the cause of their downfalls, or why single mothers are portrayed in a light where single mothers is making the world a less better place to live. And it doesn't bother me. It just highlights a lot of things, and it sheds lights on men and their thinking and their flawed, shallow thinking. You don't have a child, if you're not married and you don't have children, but you do want to marry and you do want to have children, and you come across a man with this mindset, this fixed, unhealthy mindset, and you sit meet a man, a girl, you dating a guy, you get to know each other, and you share each other interests and values, and then it comes to the time where you do have to discuss and exchange what do you want out of the relationship and where do you want the relationship to go and how you want the relationship to go, because that open level of communication is what would thrive and progress the relationship. So you set up a scenario where you meet a guy, getting to know each other, he getting to know you, he's happy with you, you're happy with him. Because people are deceitful. Men and women in the same sense, right? We all deceive each other. We are not openly honest with one another in the beginning, but little by little, when you get to know someone, you do seem to see like if they have a pattern of behavior, and you see like if they have a if they align, if their actions align with what they with their words, and that's okay. It takes time, a long, steady time. And just for my women alone, I just would like to say to you, like you meet a guy and he says to you, listen, I don't like single mothers, and he don't have to say it in that aspect, but he'll be like, I wouldn't date a single mother. I don't want to date women with children because, listen, if she couldn't keep her family together, then why should I put faith in her? Which faith is believing without evidence. Why would I put my faith and trust in her to make this relationship work? So if I meet a guy, he says to me, "Oh well, you know what? I don't date women with children." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. That's good." I'm not going to ask him why because if I have a child, I just don't think there's any reason for me to find out why you wouldn't date a woman with children. But if I give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, why don't you date women with children? And then he start to go into a tangent and a tirade and a rant and say, well, I don't date women with children because of these reasons, and the reasons don't add up and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm glad and I hope any other woman dodge a bullet. Oh, hi, Melvin. How are you? Thank you. I'm glad you caught the live too. I was talking about single mothers being targeted. I'm trying to pin your comment. You did finally caught my catching live. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Damn, I thought I pinned it. Because once you watch all these, and I stopped watching a lot of these male podcasts and TikToks and shorts and everything that indicate that men, whatever women do, they will always have a reason to blame women for any and everything that has nothing to do with a man being born and the trauma that he has endured and suffered and still may continue to suffer in his life. And he don't have anyone else to dump his trauma on. So now he finds someone that probably is vulnerable and impressionable, and now he has the courage to say, "Oh no, it's single mothers. They are the reason why the world is collapsing, or they are the reason why the world is in a downfall." But if I were to meet a guy and he tell me, like, he could just say, "Well, I don't want to date a woman with children. I want my own children." I said, "Okay, that's fine enough." But when he started going into his rant and say, "Well, you know what? I don't want to date a woman with children because women are single mothers. They don't provide anything. They don't give to society. They don't contribute to society. If they were responsible, and if they wanted the relationship to work, they would still be with the men that they had a baby from. Like they just want a man to take care of their kids, like providing, like providing, like if the child's father, the children's father, is around and he like married someone else or he's with someone else, he started a whole new family, and us women that are left alone to provide and care for the child, you know, what's so hard about that man seeing both sides? But no, he's like particularly focused on one point, and that's a single woman, a single mother taking care and providing for her child on her own. So now he just doesn't see the the point in, or even trying to come to a logical reason why the mother is not with the father. Offended. Oh, thank you. Yes, offended. They do. They do hate women. And you know what's so crazy? I say that. I was like, listen, and then I hear, oh, damn, I'm trying to pin this one. Then I hear the cries of men, and I don't feel sorry for them. I have no compassion for them. I could see if they had some type of reasoning, some like logical reasoning as to why. I could just, you could just say, well, listen, no, I don't date single mothers. I don't date women with children. I prefer to start a family of my own, and that's okay. Uh, I don't see anything wrong with dating women with children. A lot of men are deprived of attention. A lot of men are deprived of touch and lonely. A reason they should be considered lonely, and they should consider why they are lonely, because of their like unrealistic expectations and beliefs of women, right? Women are not like they used to be. They are standing up for themselves. They making a way for themselves. This is Mel V. Let me see. I'm trying to pin it. This is coming from a married woman. They definitely blame single mothers, but yet same are unstable to even be with one woman. Yes. Yes, they are unstable. And that's the thing, and that's the question I have, and I'm glad you brought that this up, this point up, Mel Bell. I said Mel Bell. Wait, damn, what happened to the thing? Because I'm not going to be here for long. But this, I'm glad that you brought up that point, because it's like, and Mel says she's married, right? So she wouldn't be considered a single mother by the law. She wouldn't be considered a single woman by law because she is married legally, and the law recognized married people, and they are awarded certain benefits more than single people. And that's the thing, like, these men that sit here and make all these videos and show how much they hate women, right? I'm not afraid to say that men hate women. They do. I have experienced this not only from me personally, but just experience and observation from men alone, how they treat women. That doesn't add up to their expectations, right? But the thing with the men, what they fail to realize, or they can't even come up with a logical, and I don't want to stress logical reason as to, like, what are the chances of a man that say that he don't want to date a single mother? Okay, you don't want to date a woman with children. Okay. What are the chances of you meeting a woman that want to marry you and have children with you? Just because you have a child with a woman and you live in her house, that does not make um, her not single, a mother, because it is recognized by the law that if you're not married with a child, that woman is single. It's not like that y'all could go file joint income taxes, or it's not like y'all could file she has to file, that single mother, that single woman, if she, even if you are living with her, she can't use you as her dependent. She wouldn't put you down as her dependent because you're supposed to have a job. You're supposed to have your own resources. She is considered a single mother, head of household, and that's that, right? So, and a lot of men talking about, like, I feel like when men say that they, aside from them hating women, they disdain for women. They underlying hurt, which has nothing to do with women. I come up with the conclusion that they just mad because they can't. Like, if you know you with a guy and you have a child together, even if you don't share the child, it's not his biological child, and tax season come up, he probably upset that he cannot file the child on his taxes. Men get so mad and get so enraged and become so, like, I don't know, scary, to the point where you like, oh hell no. You don't write off men, but you are very, like, cautious of their thinking, of their ways, of their mindset, due to them with they stupid ass, like, um, opinions of women that are single, that don't, uh, that have children, and the father is not involved. The father may be involved, but the father don't live with them, right? Because a lot of women that have children with these men, the father is involved. The father is still alive. The father still participate. But the thing is, the father and mother are not married. And I think men need to think about this a little bit more. I need to be a little bit more thought out and come up with something that makes more sense when you say you don't date single mothers. Like, so if she was married and you met her and she had children, would you consider dating her? Right? You don't have, like, and I always feel like these men that have these horrible thoughts about single mothers, that women like myself, I never have had, like, men around my kids. And my son said that he's like, yo, ma, my oldest son, he just turned 29, um, March 21st. He said, yo, ma, he said this to me like last year. He's like, never seen you with a guy. He's seen me with guys. I said I did have guys. I just didn't have every guy that I, you know, interacted with or met around you, for the simple fact that I wasn't serious about them. Right. So he probably met like 2 or 3 guys. That's like Zachary father. He met another guy when we was younger. I was younger when I was 25 years old, dating someone he knew about. But I guess he got this in his mind that I don't date men and that I'm not interested in men. But no, men are not special to me for me to just say, here, this is someone I want to be with. This is someone I'm in a relationship. Here go my son, and don't know if it's going to work out or not because I don't, and I haven't. And even if I was in like a artificial, fake ass relationship, that's something that, like, to get go past the time, I just didn't think that it was in my. I don't think it was worth me like introducing my kids to just any men. Men are evil, and men are wicked, and they are jealous. And every time I hear men say, I don't, and not all of men, because there are some men that just want to start a family start from scratch, right? But there's nothing wrong with being a stepfather. It definitely is something that you have. I think it speaks to character and it speaks to behavior. Sometimes when I look at the news and I weep and mourn over a child or a baby being like unalive at the hands of the boyfriend, this comes to mind when men say they don't date single mothers. I always think that this type of man is the type of man that will be on the 11 o'clock news for hurting or harming a baby, a child, because deep down inside, he despised the mother and despised the child. And that man could have been the father, right? Because you got to look at it. Men do hurt and harm their own children. It's evidence shows. The facts are on my side that men do hurt and harm their own children, whether it's their children or not. I'm not saying women don't do the same thing, but women do the same thing, hurt and harm their children. Women do hurt and harm their stepchildren. Men do hurt and harm their stepchildren. And I just say stepchildren because if you are legally married, it matters. It's legal. It's legit. But when I hear of a man and this, it doesn't always pop into my mind. It just reassures me that these type of men are to stay far away from, because if a man discuss his beliefs and his feelings and his thoughts with me and he's getting so deep, and we having like pillow talk. I love pillow talk to a certain degree with a certain type of man who can communicate effectively, who can share his thoughts and ideas and say, listen, Bronx girl, y'all know my name, Leela. I'm like, listen, I don't date. And we getting to know each other and we just sitting there lying down and just talking. And we don't have to be like engaged or embracing, like in full cuddle mode, just lying there on a pillow, talking, exchanging how we feel about one another, and to see if there is a chance that we can progress this relationship and take it to the next step. Like a lot of people sit there and they like the talking stage. Like y'all put so much labels on shit. Like I didn't even know it was a talking stage. I thought it was just getting to know someone. Okay, so if you want to use a talking stage, that's when you're determined or not if you want to move forward with even getting to know this person. And he's sitting there, he like, oh, you know what, Leela? I'm like, what? Tell me. I don't like women. I don't like single mothers. I'm like, you don't? Like, what do you mean? He be like, I don't like single mothers. Because now he's comfortable and he's vulnerable now because we're sharing and we're opening up to each other. To We're getting to know each other. So there's no reason for him to be deceitful because he's at a state where he's feel comfortable discussing and he know that he can talk to me about certain things and then he just go off and say, you know what, I don't like, and this is for all women dating men and trying to get to know men and see where his mindset is and how he think and what are his beliefs, and he share his beliefs with you, and one of them are he don't like single mothers, and I'm like, why you don't like single mothers? What have they done to you? He said, you know what? And then he gets so comfortable to say, I don't like single mothers because, what type of responsible woman would let a family, break up? Why would a mother, and this is the thoughts, why would a mother let break up a home? I don't like single mothers because, they're not responsible and I don't want to take care of no child that's mine. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I let him talk. And then I have in the back of my head, like, no, I wouldn't want to be with a man like this for the simple fact that he is selfish, self-centered, and don't think too clearly. I was not determined. I would just think that there's some anger and resentment towards women in general. And now that she has a child and he think he has an obligation to take care of this child that's not his. So now he's resentful. I let him talk and I'll share my opinions. I'm like, you know what? You know, I like you and everything, but the way you just oh wow, you got a 29. Oh, thank you, Bell Bell. Um, I'm trying to pin your comment. Thank you, you Leo. Yeah, he's 29. And I asked him, I said, how old are you? He was like, why? I was like, I just, because I'm thinking he's 28 and everything, but if y'all don't know about, he's the oldest child, and we don't have the greatest relationship, but we are working on it. And I let him know you are getting older, you are close to 30 years old. So you'd have to start re-examining your thoughts and beliefs and at least trying to cultivate healthy mindset, because that's what you need going into your 30s. When you hit 30, it's a whole different game. And I'm not going to even lie, I do not like men in their 30s at all. That's a crazy age for men in their 30s. They are wild. They are without thought. They don't think any consequences are in the near future. And it's crazy, and I'm glad you now. I definitely have to work on like trying to at least develop healthy healthier boundaries with my oldest son. I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I give him credit. You know, he has his set of problems. He blames me for a lot of things, and I have to tell him you can't keep blaming me. I don't, and I'm glad you said that because I don't want him to be that type of man that grow up. I mean that is in his 30s, that has a family, and because he feels some type of way about me or resent me in more ways than one, that the woman that he's with and she reflects some certain characteristics or behaviors, and he takes it and he resent her for it. And I have to let him know, and I will continue to let him know to at least help him. I said, listen, and then that's when he be like, yo, mom, you never had a man around me. And that's when I be like, and I told him, yeah, for these reasons. But just because you feel a certain way towards me, that has nothing to do with the woman that's involved with you, right? You have to separate the mother child relationship, which is me and him, from your current girlfriend. And he's learning slowly but surely that there's a separation. And I know a lot of women, no, not a lot of women, a lot of us mothers get blamed for the child upbringing and how they decide to live their life. But after a certain age, you cannot blame your mother. And that's where I say to these men, like with how they feel about women, how women should proceed or act around them, or how women should be humble and nice and all that shit. No, that's not true. And that goes back to me sitting there having pillow talk with the man, and he letting me know his beliefs. I'm letting him know my beliefs. So we're just sharing, talking, communicating, getting to know one another. And if he say have these thoughts, and even if I had a child, didn't have a child, I would not consider him someone I want to be a part of my future because of his hate towards women that has nothing to do with his life. Picking on, bullying a single mother, and you're not even a part of their life, but you think that women that are single mothers, they are to fully blame, or have you considered once that maybe a lot of women are single with their children because they don't want to have a man like you around, that macho man aggressive mentality, that you know that you have to be tough and toughen a child. No, I don't like that at all. I wouldn't want no type of man raising my son like that or my child like that. I wouldn't want no type of man that have these thoughts and views about women being single and not married to the man that they had a child from, and that makes you angry. So I wouldn't consider marrying a man or want to have a child with a man like that because now he's showing how selfish he is. Now he's showing how self-centered he can be, and now he's showing me that he don't even have the critical thinking skills to at least see two different sides or have a different point of view, not just go directly into, oh wow, that's her fault that she didn't keep the family together, not considering that this man could have been abusive, not considering that this man decided that he wanted to just up and leave like which most men do. They decide to leave on their own, and we as women, we're not chasing them. So that's what some men need to consider is like, in the end, even though you don't want to date a single mother because you may lack the attention, well, she may fail to give you the attention that you need and that you want so desperately. Like, how would you handle that if you were to marry someone? And I say stress married because when they say single mothers, and I stress single mothers because in order for her not to be a single mother, you definitely have to marry her if you want her to be a single mother. And if you have a child by her. And these are the things that women should consider when trying to start a family. His beliefs are definitely matter. His his beliefs determine if you want to make this relationship work. A lot of women, and we as women, we do settle. We're not doing that anymore because we are more educated. We have our own money. We can make our own decisions. We have the choices. We can make our own choices without being, trapped. And speaking of younger guys, like, I don't like younger guys. I wouldn't consider younger guys. Like, I'm 45. Well, I say I'm 45. I'll be 45 in August. I met a younger guy, and I'm like, I let him know you're too young. Not saying that. I guess I will have to stop being so stubborn. I could at least give this person or any person that I meet that's younger the benefit of the doubt and get to know them and see that, you know, there's a difference in age, but at the same time that we can at least explore our options. I guess with a younger man, I would be the type of woman like, listen, continue to spread your wings, enjoy your life. I'm the one that you could come to when you need comfort and warmth. I don't think I will make anything serious out of it. Just like Megan Good marrying Jonathan Majors, that blew my mind. Like, she has this savior complex. I don't want to save any type of man. I don't want to rescue any type of man. But Megan Good, and she's an example of dating a younger guy. She didn't want to date him. guy, Jonathan Majors, he was a huge red flag. I don't give him any how would I say, grace. He came with a set of problems that she bailed him out of. I'm pretty sure she's a decent woman and she see him as a decent guy. But to start off the relationship with problems in the beginning and red flags that's flaring, excuse my language,